Good morning. It is day one of the 2023 season. The S-Logs are back. I'm at the top of Sapporo Kokusai. It's like minus 9 or 10 degrees. Amazing conditions for opening day. Unbelievable. There was no snow here until like 2 days ago. And now it is deep. Everybody's going to be running out of the gondola in a few minutes. We're going to catch the vibe, and then we're going to drop in with the first people and get this season started off right. Here we go. So check this out. This is everybody coming out of the gondola for the first run of the day of the season. I get up on top of the mountain because we run the cafe, so I take an 8 a.m. gondola with the patrol and the ski school and a few other people, and we get up there and we prep the store. And today, obviously, there's powder everywhere. It's the first day of the season. I am definitely going to take some runs. I don't ever take runs before any of the customers get up there. So I literally stand there with my bindings on, just waiting for people to come out. And then as soon as they come out and they strap in, I feel it's cool for me to drop in too. So I wanted to catch, the vibe and just see all the people, see everybody waving to me. It's like all these people I know. Yeah, you know how it is when these are people that maybe you only even see them in the winter. There's people that I know quite well, as in acquaintances, and, I feel friendly with them, but I never see them outside of the winter season. And, it's people that I'll only meet at mountains and ski resorts and places like that. So it's fun to see everybody come out, and I'm just sort of hanging there watching. And then suddenly I see my crew, the legends of Hokkaido here, Orange Man, Mino, and Junior, 3 of the CAR DANCHI family and legend crew. They're right there behind me. So, of course, I'm going to wait for them. And, it's just something special to ride with those guys just because I've known them so long and I know what they're going to do and how they're going to move. And they're so mellow to hang out with. There's none of that, kind of like, I don't even know what the word is, but, sometimes people get a little overly. Oh, man, look at the powder. Look at this. Look at this snow on day one. We drop in, and this is what we got. Can you believe this? There was no snow here 3 days ago. I'm blasting through Yama's spray right there. This is, what is this course called? I think it's called like the forest course or something like that. It's kind of wide open. It's not super steep. Just kind of mellow, rolling course right off the top of Sapporo Kokusai. On the left side there, you got that pear lift that hardly ever runs, only on really busy days and like certain holidays. Another nice little spray. That's Yama in the Orange Man as he's known. His Instagram handle is Namaste Yama. So you can find him. Oh, smooth. Here's Mino with a little turn. The snow was so deep on the sides there that you couldn't really get enough speed to keep going. You had to just sort of pop in there, make one little turn, and then get out because you were going to get stuck. It was so light and so deep. So I'm riding the Genten Chaser. There's a Chaser HP, which stands for high performance. But this is my Chaser that was tuned by the legend Takeda-san, T-Tune. So I still really enjoy riding this board. I don't ride it all the time, but I knew it was going to be deep, and I was like, I got to get the wide board. Look at this. I'm in the lead. You can see, obviously, my board was also waxed from last season in the deep winter, so I think it was perfect for the conditions today. It's like minus 8 degrees up there. So today I was filming with the the Insta360 X3, the new camera. I did a little test of it yesterday. It really kind of sucks in low light. If you're filming indoors or it's kind of gray and dark, Junior. It's grainy as hell and not very good. But today was beautiful. As you can see, the sun kind of coming out a little bit here. Junior riding the Impossible Genten stick. He's so smooth too. Like all these guys are just like, oh. You know, it's not super crazy steep and extreme and fast and hardcore and jumps and adrenaline. It's smooth, long, cruisy runs without any stress, you know. And that's the extra thing that I get riding with these guys. Like, you know, everything is just about the flow, you know, like just like this, like coming down to the lift, that last little turn, just smooth, not a, you know, there's never like any anger or anything in the way they ride, in the way they approach the mountains. It's always smooth and gentle. Anyway, using the Insta360 X3, had a couple problems right after this. We got on the lift and we go up and then we go hit Duskin, which was like an insane run. There were like 2 lines down it and it was deep and it was beautiful. And for some reason, I didn't press the record button properly and I didn't get the shot. And it sucks because I was really thinking I was getting like one of the best shots of the year. I was like, I'm killing it. I got this amazing follow shot of Yama and Junior and Mino, and it was sunny and it was deep powder and it was the first day of the season. Shit, I nailed it. And I got home and found out I had nothing. Anyway, we got back in the gondola. That was beautiful. We go up. We hit the downhill course. Look at this. Whoa! Yama, let's look at it again. Slow motion. Through the spray. Oh, I love that. That was cool. I like the long pole because you can kind of get up high. And look at this, another little popper. That's kind of like an unusual turn from Yama, actually. I was like, a little skate style, you know, a little ollie into a little hillside turn, big old spray. Just like taking advantage of one of those little pockets of powder between people's lines. Like, ooh, look at that turn. So now I'm using the X3 and I'm using it in like single lens mode, not 360 mode, and I'm not quite used to the angle on it. You got to hold the pole up like really high and straight, and I'm obviously not holding it right. Here I got Yama in the frame, but yeah, it was kind of tricky. A learning curve on any new camera, any new gear. That's why it always kind of freaks me out. It's like having like a new camera to learn it's not easy, you know. It's different. Everything's just different. Today the battery, or not the battery, but the camera froze up on me about 3 or 4 times. It was cold. So I don't know if it was a cold issue or a memory card issue. Okay, check out this. Check out these turns here. This is beautiful. Ooh. Oh, that's so nice. Yama was riding the Superfish by Genten snowboards. So we had a chaser, a Superfish, an Impossible, and then Mino was riding the Arbor something or other.
しげさんいるオープン。あ、もうオープン待ってる。店員いないんですけど。店員がいないんですけど。お客さん先に入ってる。電気ついてないよみたいな。ちょっとオープンさせてくるわ一回。オッケー。後で。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
We parted ways. I went back to work. I served a bunch of coffees. And other stuff at the cafe, kind of got things rolling. The afternoon got a little busy again too, which was good. And then it kind of flattened out. And I said, hey, I'm going to go for another run. And as soon as I walk out the door, there are the boys again. And they took me on another 2 runs. Beautiful. It had kind of gotten a little dark. The days are short. The sun kind of goes behind the ridge. As you can see, I'm all backlit here. So we don't get that like kind of really nice afternoon sun on the courses. We can see it, but the mountain is mostly in the shade in December and January. That is also a big part of the reason that the snow quality is so good, because that late afternoon sun is what really tends to bake the snow. resorts, even like Niseko, it's mostly south facing, and then there's sections of it that are, get some westerly sun. Hanazono doesn't, it's east facing, but the rest of those resorts kind of get that afternoon sun hitting it, and that can kind of bake some of the courses a little bit more. So I was doing a couple of turns down the side of the course that felt really good. The Insta360 works great when you're filming yourself. It really, truly is a selfie camera. I just feel like I'll be able to get some good shots if I work really closely with people I'm following or riding with. But the best shots are of yourself because it takes the pole out of the shot so nicely. That was nice. These shots where I'm like really close, you just have to be like really close. That's the key, and then you start to get more of the action. And then the editing process, by the way, I would say to edit these clips up and do the motion tracking, like moving the camera around. This is all one shot, and I'm just setting keyframes and then panning and zooming and readjusting the framing as we go down the hill. I did not really move the camera to point at people during the run. It's all done after in the editing process. So I'm used to it, and I kind of went through it pretty quick, but the exporting process took quite a while. The Insta360 software is fast, and I think it exports much faster than the old GoPro 360 stuff did. But the clips, as you can see, they're kind of long. They're like 5 or 6 minute long riding clips, and I set lots of little edits in them. So maybe that's why it took quite a while. I had other stuff to do. I was making menus and printing stuff out, and I was eating a burrito and was doing things. So it took it felt like it took at least an hour to export everything. And then my editing time, and now I am watching it and reliving it and recording this voiceover, and we'll have this out. Yama up ahead of me. See, he's so far away. It's just like, I just gave up. I was like, okay, I'll go back to me. Once again, though, what an incredible opening day. I gotta say, it's always good, but this was extraordinarily good. The first day of riding, regardless, unless it's like blue ice or something. But look at this. This is like 2 p.m, and everybody has like gone home. It was a Friday, so there were quite a few of the senior club cruising around in the morning, and they usually leave before lunch. And then kind of like the people who probably, own businesses or can, adjust their schedule a little bit, they also came, and they usually leave by lunchtime. And so then the mountain was like empty, and there was all this powder left over, and we were like cruising. I'm going, this is amazing. There's still tons of powder here. Anyway, it was just a spectacular way to start the season, and I really appreciate that I was able to ride with these guys, see all my friends. Wow. So for the S-logs and the videos, I'm going to try to do a really nice like overall edit, like something really tight, edit once a week. But I think I'm just going to start recording stuff like this, putting out these kind of raw edits, and then at the end of the week I'll try to put some stuff together, and then maybe there'll be some footage that I didn't include or I saved, and we'll see if we can make some really quality edits, but also enjoy all this kind of raw riding footage. I just think it's fun, and I always feel like I'm wasting so much good stuff when it's nice to see a little tight 5-minute edit or 10-minute or whatever it is. But it's also nice just to like let it flow, especially with riding like this, because it's hard to find those like 2-second clips, except for those like little powder slashes, like they're nice, that's great, but that's not the only thing that's good about snowboarding. There's all this just sort of cruising around that happens in between those extraordinary boom, like powder explosions, So I hope you enjoyed watching that, and if you don't want to listen to me talking, you can just turn down the volume, I guess. Anyway, I'll see if I can come up with a good edit at the end of the week. I don't know if it'll debut on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but it's gonna be somewhere in there, or maybe even Monday. I don't know. What day of the week would be good? You tell me. Kind of tough with a global audience. Can't adjust to everybody perfectly, but we'll find a way to make it happen. Last run coming down, it was starting to get really dark. We cruised over to the real kind of, it's the beginner's course in a way. It's called the Meruhen course. It has its own quad lift that starts from the bottom of the mountain. And in general, it's not very steep, except it's weird because it's like a beginner's course and it's pretty mellow. It's not that wide though. But thick trees on both sides, so people can't really wander off in the trees. And at the end, there's like an S curve, and then it gets really steep. And it's a tricky one for beginners because you're kind of fooled. You're on this mellow course, you're doing good, and then you get down there, and then there's sort of a tight, narrow S curve and two really kind of steep sections. And here, you see the school kids? So this is where they take all the school kids who come on the Shugaku Ryoko. So those kids were actually from Kagawa-ken in Shikoku, the southern island of Shikoku, the prefecture called Kagawa, famous for their udon. Delicious, unbelievably delicious and amazing udon. Apparently, they eat udon for breakfast. I did not know that. I heard that today. That was a military guy, actually, self-defense force guy. They come up and train a lot. And anyway, these kids, all in their blue uniforms, they were loving it today. They must have had a blast coming from Kagawa, where it's pretty dry down there. And then suddenly being in like minus 10 degree deep powder snow and cruising down this course. So that was cool to see. Yeah. I do love this course though in the afternoon because that point we just went through, you're actually like riding towards that sunset in the distance there. It's really beautiful. Here's the curve section coming up. It doesn't look very steep in this video, but it has a pretty good little pitch right here, and we kind of cut the corner so it didn't look as much of a curve. But anyway, you come through this is a little bit of flat section, but also you have a lot of beginners, but then you have people like us who will come in there in the afternoon, and there'll generally be quite a bit of powder left over on the sides because the beginners don't hit it. And we come flying through there, and the school kids, they love it. They're like, yeah, they're yelling at us. And then other people are like, who are these guys, like flying down the course? Anyway, here's the steep section. You come out and you join the main family course, and there's this sort of upper little highway that they built a couple years ago. It's a bit of like a drop off there on the right. They actually have it like roped off because they don't want people falling off of it. And then the main course is down there. It used to be a little messy because like the convergence there, the yield to flowing traffic, people would come out and I think they would kind of get destroyed when they tried to join the flow. So they built that little separate upper highway deck there. Kind of interesting. Anyway, at the end there, we cruised down. I said goodbye to the guys, went back up, and got back to work. This is going to wrap up the video for today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope I didn't bore you with my talk here. But we'll probably be doing this pretty much every day for the rest of the season. And yeah, stick around. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.